Hi friends, welcome to Cricket Caviar. So I did not join yesterday because honestly I was deflated. That's how deeply I connect with the Sri Lankan cricket team and my Sri Lankan viewers and fans. So 269 for 7 Shikhar, I really thought Sri Lanka is lost that early momentum they got by having South Africa at 44 for 3, and I thought now South Africa will score 300 and Sri Lanka might struggle in their batting innings. Morning was even worse, Shikhar. They actually made 360 odd. But what Sri Lanka did after that, the batting they did was amazing. And that's why I'm feeling confident enough to show up, come up here and back the Sri Lankan boys today. I think they can still win this match. But this is very much evenly poised now. And we'll talk about the things in detail. But the very first thing that Sri Lanka did today is world legend Marco Jansen is wicketless. I think to keep him wicketless was the main cherry on the cake today.
Yeah, man. If Marco Jansen is a legend, I don't know what to say because where are his stumps, man? I feel that I can't find his stumps. Where is Markram's stumps? Your heroes are letting you down constantly, Pratik. But I just want to say, man, what a bowling performance from Sri Lanka yesterday. I was amazed by the intensity which Asita Fernando bowled. I mean, the Yorkers, he was so passionate to get Tony Dezorzi on the very first ball. And then Lahiru Kumara sneaking that ball through Markram's gates and hitting the middle stump. It was so embarrassing to see Markram. He is the captain of the South African team. I mean, he was the captain. Now Temba Bavuma is the captain. And Temba Bavuma, who has completed 10 years of Test cricket and has got 3 Test 100s in his 10 years, is now finally looking a very complete player. Like, yes, he scored it was his third consecutive 50 plus score. Uh, Ryan Rickelton, again, I think he was lucky. There were some uh, catches dropped of Ryan Rickelton. Thought Bedingham played a very scratchy innings. There were some catches dropped of
Bettingham was so
Bed.
poor, man. I cannot believe. Like we saw quality in him, right, in the that New Zealand tour, but he was just
Hmm.
out there to give his wicket away. Like what he was doing.
Yeah, I mean, he played two shots and both of them were like dropped catches, and then he got out to Prabhat Jayasuriya on a horrific shot. And then Jansen got out to Vishwa Fernando. I mean, I've been a little bit disappointed with Fernando because he has not contributed in the same way. And that's what I said in the series preview also, that Vishwa Fernando needs to step up to Asita Fernando's or Lahiru Kumara's level. That's exactly what I said in the preview, that I'm really concerned about Vishwa Fernando. That's why I wanted Sri Lanka to go with 4 pacers
Hmm.
in the first test match. But he got the wicket of Jansen, but overall, I think his contributions are a little bit short. I'm not seeing the same intensity from him like I'm seeing from Asita and Lahiru Kumara.
Yeah.
Today morning also, I think we have to give. You are absolutely right. I mean, that is the turning point of this match. Sri Lanka could have won this test match, Pratik. Sri Lanka could have won this test match right now, but that 90 runs which were added after Keshav Maharaj wicket by Kyle Verreynne, Kagiso Rabada, and Dane Patterson.
Yeah.
Those 2 wickets adding 90 runs, it really hurts Sri Lanka. Some poor captaincy. I thought Kyle Verreynne farmed the strike very well with the tail. I have seen him do that also when he scored that 100 versus Bangladesh. There
Just
also I
scored
saw
100.
that.
So he's in a purple patch right now, Kyle Verreynne. He's very good.
Yeah, in fact, it was his first 100 in South Africa, because he's 200s. One has come in Australia,
Oh.
I think, and one has come in Bangladesh. It was
But
his first
he
100. And
likes tough situations. That's what I've seen. Like he does well in challenging time.
yeah, he manages the tail enders really well. I mean,
Yeah.
today also uh, he was on, I think when Keshav Maharaj got out, he was on 48 or something, or 50 or something. And
48,
from there,
48 not out. Yes, 269 overnight score. Yeah, he was 48 not out. From there, he scored 105. And the gear change was so amazing. He was
yes,
48 of 95 something, but he finished 105 of 133. He smashed Sri Lankan bowlers to all parts, playing with Rabada and Patterson. So
yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you see, he starts very tentative, like he plays just extension of defense kind of strokes. He plays drives,
and
which are half-hearted drives. But once he's in full flow, he's set. Like you can see how he's completed his 100. It was a wild pull shot that got him his 100, and
yeah.
he was totally, I mean, freeing up at the end and playing some
Man, Sean
expansive
Pollock and
shots.
other comms were pumped up. They were saying that World Test Championship final is not far off because they were so pumped up. 369 was a
Hmm.
damn good score, and they were saying
Yeah.
like loud, like we another have 6 overs now. We will challenge the Sri Lankan team in those 6 overs.
Hmm.
We'll try to pick a wicket before lunch. But it was really a funny passage of play where Marco Jansen bouncers kept like Verreynne kept missing them. Like he was one ball actually just bounced once before going to the boundary. That how steep bounce he was getting, and Sri Lanka got some bonus runs there, I feel so.
And we have to really ask questions on Dimut Karunaratne now, because it's been he's the most experienced batter, but again,
19
his
test matches.
contributions have been minimal in the last 6 or 7 months, because every test series we are seeing Pathum Nissanka is fighting, Dhananjay De Silva is fighting,
Yes.
Kamindu Mendes is fighting, Angelo Matthews is fighting, Kusal Mendes is fighting, but except Karuna Ratne, everyone else is contributing, and we are not seeing that Karuna Ratne's contribution. Today also, when he was well settled, he even got a start. He again got out, and after that there was a 100-run partnership between Chandimal and
Beautiful, man. What
uh,
a partnership. Seriously, that was one of the best batting I've
hmm,
seen.
hmm,
They took Sri Lanka to a commanding position. Like they took them to 150, and it was like you saw Pathum Nisank also started very slowly. He respected the conditions. He wanted to
hmm,
see off Rabada. Rabada actually, I
hmm.
thought he will beat Jaden Seal's record. Man, at one point Rabada's figures were 6 overs, 2 for 1. So at that
Yeah.
point, but Pathum Nisanka, once he was set, right, he faced 50 balls, he scored 10, but after that, he started playing his shots. And one of the feature of that partnership was, Shikhar, that anything on the body or leg side, they were smashing it for four. They were either pulling it or playing it carefully on the fine leg. So that was the highlight of Chandimal and this guy.
Actually, Rabada bowled a really disciplined spell, but the reason was that Marco Jansen was not able to maintain the pressure from the other end. He kept leaking runs. I mean, he was going at more than 4 runs per over. So that it was a clear strategy from the Sri Lankans to go after Marco Jansen. They clearly don't respect him even after he picked 7
I
wickets
mean, it's so
against them.
stupid from the captain. I don't know why he's not asking his keeper to go a step back. Marco Jansen basically was discouraged to bowl bouncers. He started bowling full, and that's why he got smashed. Otherwise, he would have taken another five. For he's a legend.
But he was smashed so badly by Pathum Nisanga. Even his short balls were getting smashed.
Atul
He was
Nisanga came to his
getting.
ODI form, man. After a while, he was
He
playing all
was and
stretch.
and and I feel so bad for Marco Jansen after Pathum Nisanga got out, and it was a horrendous shot. I mean,
That
we
was
can make a video on
he
that shot
actually
alone. It was.
replicated Bedingham basically. Same thing. Like he went
Yeah,
on charged
yeah.
the spinner. And at that point, my heart broke. I was thinking, man, I just hope that this is not the reason. I hope this is not the reason for Sri Lanka not reaching that World Test Championship final. Seriously, a wicket like this actually is a cause of losing test matches, losing test series, and everything. Because he could have been a little bit patient and made a big daddy 100 like Jaiswal. But he ended up giving his
Mm,
wicket on 89 when he played beautifully throughout the day. And I don't know why he wanted
yeah.
to charge the spinner like that.
Yeah, he was so good. I mean, he was looking so good. He pulled, cut, he drove, he flicked the ball so well. But that was a brain fade moment, because I think he
Only
was
one
just
guy can
nervous.
say Pathum Nisanka, man, is that Kamindu Mendes because he's playing beautifully with that old ball.
Yeah,
Old ball,
I
he's
I was
targeting it beautifully, man.
I was going to say there is no respect for Marco Jansen, because as soon as he thought that now Pathum Nisanka is out and I will now be able to bowl some overs that will be cheap overs, Kamindu Mendes really went after Marco Jansen again. I mean. That was amazing to see. Like they really wanted to put the demons of Marco Jansen to rest, and even Matthews is looking really good. I
And
mean,
I
some
like
of the
Matthews in
drives
the middle
that.
order because he holds the fort and he asks other youngsters to play their
Mm.
shots. So he's doing a good job. But Karnaratne on the other end, he's just like creating pressure. But Matthews
Mm.
is doing a fine job at the other end.
Yeah, I mean, Matthews has been actually even the
And I
test
love
match
his
that they
straight
won
drive,
in
man. Matthews' ka straight drive is a trademark.
the test match that they won in England. I think Matthews' contributions in both the innings were very important. So
Yeah.
yes, he's very important. He without his contributions, we saw last time also that 42 all out came because he got out on a duck. Whenever he gets a start, he makes sure that he gets some useful runs, and that is the importance of Angelo Matthews. Even as a pure batter, he still adds that value of experience. But yes, tomorrow is an important day. I mean, Kamindu Mendes has raced to 30 runs now.
In 30.
He has
Yeah,
made
that's what most
30.
surprising thing, Shikhar, is like Sri Lanka started so carefully, yet they have a run rate of 3.6, which is they have maintained it really
Hmm.
well. And 13 more overs are left with the old ball, so they need to get 50 runs in those 13 overs tomorrow. Close the deficit.
Yeah, they can. I mean, there is a lot of bounce on this pitch, but it's manageable. It's not as lethal as it was in the last test match, which was, I think, Durban or something somewhere. I think it was in Durban. So yeah, it's not that lethal, but it's kind of okay. Okay, you can manage this kind of bounce, and I'm expecting. But those 90 runs are going to hurt Sri Lanka, because even if Sri Lanka get somewhere around, let's say,
Yeah.
450, you still
450
have
is a
a,
very tall ask because after the new ball will come, it will be challenging. Right now, they're
yeah.
116 behind. So if we talk about the lead wise, I think they will be lucky to get a 50 lead from here. So another 166 runs, which is a lot of work.
Yeah, 50 to 80 runs lead is what they should target, at least 50 to 80 runs, which could have been 150 runs if not for that Kyle Verreynne knock. So that's where they will be really disappointed that they couldn't get the wicket of Kyle Verreynne. But Vishwa Fernando was a bit disappointing, I felt, in that phase. Captaincy was a bit disappointing from Dhananjay De Silva.
And
The
South
fields
Africa
were
also had
very
the same
different.
fate, though, Shikhar, because after the Coetzee was injured today, Dane Patterson, although he picked a wicket, but Sri Lanka was able to capitalize a little bit in the end on his bowling and Maharaj's bowling. So Sri Lanka and South Africa both have same problem in this match. They only have good two premium fast bowlers. The third one is not that same level.
Yeah,
So
but a lot of credit to Dane Patterson for breaking that partnership. I mean, that
yeah,
partnership looked unbreakable. He broke that partnership. Uh, so it was good. He's a different kind of bowler. I feel that he's a
he reminds
slow
me of
bowler.
Langeveld, that bowler, short-heighted and used to bowl in good channels.
Yeah, he's just a channel bowler, and he tries to get that little bit of movement in swing or out swing and trouble. And even the keeper stands up to him, like Bhuvneshwar Kumar, kind of stuff. So, he is a very, very different bowler from all the South African bowlers I've ever seen. So yeah, good
But
to
Shikhar,
see that
one more
variety.
thing I want to mention is that when Kamindu Mendes was batting, I also noticed the ball was turning well. And he's a master of playing spin bowling. Of course, one of the shots I remember in the covers on the back foot, he just went back and guided in the covers. But that's a good sign for someone like Prabhat Jayasuriya. Again, another thing to remember is Sri Lanka will have to bat four, Shikhar, so they can't afford to have a higher target. Like it has to be around 150, 200 max. So Prabhat Jayasuriya has to have an impact in the third innings. It is very critical.
Of course, of course. So I was expecting this to be a turning track, actually. So this pitch historically turns, Geberga pitch, and yes, now it's starting to turn a little bit. So let's see how day three and
And
day four
also
goes.
that was a horrible shot from Pathum. But if you notice that the ball did not bounce much, that's why he missed it. So that is again a good sign for someone who spinners. Yeah.
Yeah, same actually for Bedingham also,
Hmm.
because that ball also didn't bounce at all. So yes, there is some variable bounce in this pitch. So let's see how it goes, man. Really excited to see this test series.
Yeah.
I hope it was a three-match series at least, so we could have got some. Because
Yeah,
now
man.
Sri
Like
Lanka is
Sri Lanka
coming
is
onto the
coming
run.
back now. They have adapted very well today. I think they played the bounce well.
Mhm.
It was not easy to bat.
Yeah.
So
After that 42 all out, I mean, this is they really came pumped up. Like Asita
hmm.
Fernando was his bowling performance, and Lahiru Kumara's bowling performance. I
He's
mean,
been the man.
the gas man is really bowling with some good gas. And
All
I'm really impressed with Lahiru Kumara's passion in this series. The way he bowled in the first test, way he bowled in second test, again picking a four for.
And Tristan
Uh,
Stubbs, he got him out early. Tristan Stubbs also a dangerous customer we have seen. So both Markram was
yeah,
leveled and Tristan Stubbs was also gone on a beautiful. But I also want to give
yeah.
credit to Chandimal, man, because his 84 in the last test, gave Sri Lankan hope that, yeah, we can bat here. And again, today, 44 of
Mm,
97. He's playing a perfect role of
mm.
number three, man. Also, remember, he used to bat a little bit lower down the order, four or five. But he has adapted so well to number three. He's a class act.
See,
Since 2022, he's been my favorite test batsman.
See, I always told in the series preview, I told that two of the most important players will be Chandimal and Kamindu Mendis. So he is always the most valuable because he bats with that kind of attacking intent. So yeah, man, Chandimal is only problem is they are not getting that opening stand from Dimuth. If they got that, I'm sure they can rack up totals bigger than this also.
Yeah. But this is equally poised. It is
Mm.
going to be very fascinating. Also,
But Patum could have got a Sena 100 like
it would
he
have been a
already
big
has
one.
an 100 in England and 100 in South Africa.
Oh,
That would have been a big statement to get 200s in two different Sena countries. I mean, Temba, after playing 10 years, he has got 300s. And if Patum Nisanka would have got a
yeah.
second 100, it would have meant a lot, man. So, yeah, even Sanat Jasuria was furious on that shot. Just saw his reaction. He
He-
was scolding him from there itself, from the dressing room itself. Sanat Jasuria was scolding Patum Nisanka.
I'm sure he
He
was
really
not able to
likes
look at
Patum
the coach in
Nisanka.
the eye after that. Like, even though he played one of the most, like, we will remember this knock. This 89 was full of patience, stamina, and then some beautiful shots. But
And Sanat Jasuria actually backs Patum Nisanka a lot. See, Patum Nisanka was
he
not
got him in the test arena. Actually, it was that English tour
he
when
yes,
Patrick Sanka came to
yes.
test. So,
Yeah, he backed him in test. He backed him in T20. He was not there in T20
hmm.
also. He backed him in T20. So he's a big Patum Nisanka supporter, and he was really he wanted his child to get a 100. So yeah,
Yeah.
man,
But
he
what
was
is
furious.
interesting, Shikhar, this match is seesaw. Like at one point, you feel the other team is really dominating, and then the other team comes up. So again, we don't know what will happen. I just hope Sri Lanka don't go through a collapse, man. They need to score 400. That is what I really want. So,
I mean, see, man, replacing Mulder with Rickelton, that kind of move by South Africa, I felt was a bit defensive to start the game itself. I felt, they wanted to have the security of an extra batter. Yes, Rickelton did score 100,
but it paid off, man.
but
So it paid off, and Rickelton batted
it
beautifully on the day one.
it paid off. It paid off. Definitely, it paid off. But now that bowling looks bit thin for South
It was
Africa.
very unlike what South Africa would have done. I remember when India was touring and ABD used to play, they were putting 4, 5 fast bowlers, really killing it. But it was very shocking when
Mm.
Koidzi was out. They just replaced him with a batter. But Rickelton is going to make a mark in this team. I've seen his innings actually live
Mm.
from 50 to 100. He has shown
Mm.
so much patience. He's actually a T20 player turned into a Test cricket Shikhar, and then appreciate he played 231 deliveries for his 100. He's a T20 player. So he's again
Uh,
like who will be have big
South
future.
Africa actually are looking for multi-format players. I don't know. They are going to the opposite direction of England. So Tristan Stubbs has also transitioned in both formats, and now they are looking it for
Markram
Rickelton. They are
unnecessary
looking
plays
it
all
for
formats.
Tony DiZorzio. So yeah, they are looking at these names to play multiple formats.
Yeah. Let's see, man. Hopefully, it's
Yeah,
Sri Lanka's
yeah,
day on day three. And guys, please subscribe and show your comments, show your love. Thank you.
yeah. Thank you. Please subscribe our channel. Take care. Bye.